Greetings, fellow navigators! It's time to take our tarot compass and set sail to explore the high seas of life's mysteries. Today, we're diving into the joyful Three of Cups. When we explore the symbolism of the Three of Cups, we find importance in celebration and connecting with our sense of joy. I read all of these books and pulled out the life lessons of the Three of Cups. Now I'm going to present them to you here. The Three of Cups is part of the minor arcana, which means the lessons it's teaching are about our experiences we all encounter as we live our life. Within the minor arcana, the Three of Cups is a numbered card, which means it's one of the experiences we could have as we work towards achieving our goals. When we find ourselves in a situation, we can pull out that card that represents that situation and see what lessons we can find within its teachings. The Three of Cups is about our exciting experience of gathering together and creating something new. The number 3 is about an idea taking form. The Suit of Cups covers our emotional experiences while working on goals. When we combine the number 3, meaning the formation of an idea, with the Suit of Cups, covering our emotions, this card is then a representation of our emotional experience when an idea starts to take form. And what happens when an idea of ours starts to take on form? Well, we feel rather happy about it. We've put in the work to bring something into fruition, and it was successful. It's time to celebrate. This is actually a difficult card for me to cover in this project's format because all the authors I'm reading up on are like, yeah, this is a happy card. You know how to handle happiness. Just enjoy it. Next. But I'm going to continue to dive in and see what life teachings I can find. So let's see how the different decks approach the lessons of the Three of Cups. We're going to start off with the Rider Waite Smith deck, the deck that is the major player of modern tarot philosophy. This particular deck sheds light on various Western cultural teachings from the Middle Ages to the late 1800s. The Three of Cups in the Waite Smith deck focuses on the symbolism of abundance and community. It suggests taking time to celebrate your successes. Time is continually moving forward, changing things as it does. Therefore, anything we have to celebrate about will be temporary. We need to take the opportunity to appreciate what we've got when we get it, because time will, inevitably, change it. Despite the Waite Smith deck being the primary deck studied and written about for 100 years, there is notably a lack of substance written about the Three of Cups. Perhaps authors believe that all people know how to handle success and what to do while celebrating. Let's continue on and see what insights other decks bring to the table. Urban Tarot shows us how the lessons of tarot apply to the modern day-to-day life, as witnessed in New York City. The Three of Cups in the Urban Tarot deck covers the bringing together of people and creating a relationship. This can be coming together in a friendship or the beginning of an intimate partnership. Friends should take time to celebrate each other. Birthdays are a perfect opportunity for this. When the birthday of one of your valued friends comes up, make sure you take time to let them know that you support them and you want what's best for them. Take a regular opportunity to rekindle the warm camaraderie with your friends. When you've begun a new intimate relationship and everything feels so great and wonderful, remember that you're probably within the honeymoon period. Enjoy this period. It doesn't last, but the memories of it sure are sweet. Take regular moments to fully feel the feels. Remember each touch, each smell, and the beautiful sights. You'll appreciate it when in the future you can recall this memory with greater clarity. When you've reached the future, take time to appreciate what you had in the past. If it's a relationship that didn't last, let the memory fade into being bittersweet, where you enjoy the good times and grieve the bad. If it's a relationship that's had its honeymoon period fade away, bring forth those pleasant memories into your mind and use them to give you bursts of rejuvenation and appreciation for the partnership that you've created together. Here is the Light Seer's Tarot, which I find addresses Western mysticism through a modern lens, making it more upfront and understandable to the masses. The Three of Cups in the Light Seer's deck emphasizes that we should cherish the deep friendships that we have. To quote the author, your companions serve as mirrors, allowing you to see who you really are through their eyes. The Light Seer's deck cautions you to be careful if a disruption occurs in one of these cherished friendships. Look into yourself and see if this disruption is caused by a wounded part of yourself surfacing and causing problems. Put in the work to heal that wound and make amends with your friend. Do not let protecting your ego get in the way of a friendship. The approach of the Spirit Keeper's Tarot is to personify each card, as if there is a spirit entity that is represented by each of the 78 tarot cards. You approach understanding a card as you would trying to understand a person who will have their own goals, motivations, and methods for working with others. The Three of Chalices in the Spirit Keeper's deck is personified as a spirit called the Kindred. This spirit can be called upon for assistance in gaining charisma to help draw friendships towards you and grow a love for socializing to help maintain the friendships you have. The Spirit Keeper's Tarot reminds us of how important our connections with other people are, not just to ourselves personally, but to society as a whole. Our best friends, our good friends, and our acquaintances all spread out to create a web of support. Even just making a brief positive experience with someone you momentarily engage with is a connection. And each one of these connections makes our web stronger, and therefore our society stronger. The Haindl Tarot was one of the first to use tarot as a tool to study myths and traditions of various cultures around the globe. The Three of Cups in the Haindl deck is titled Overflowing Emotion. The author shifts the focus from merely being joyful to instead experiencing an excess of joy. So much emotional joy that it causes us to become unstable, and we could fall into a misery that is just as bad as the joyfulness was good. The author wants to emphasize the cautions around emotions. Our emotions have a physical impact on us and can cause quite an inconvenience. Excitement can make it difficult to focus on something serious, and sorrow can make it difficult to even move. Anxiety can make our voice shake when we are hoping to convey confidence. But we can't shut ourselves off to emotions. They really are like water. Without emotions, we would dehydrate and die. And excessive emotion can cause us to drown. Just as we're cautious around a swimming pool we intend to play in, we should be cautious of heightened emotions. Try to keep our wits around ourselves when in the midst of overflowing emotion. Don't let it sweep us off our feet. Haindl Tarot was the first to attempt including the Eastern I Ching within the Western Tarot. Instead of cards, the I Ching has symbols of trigrams and hexagrams. The author does not try to match hexagrams to cards, but rather use the Eastern teachings found within the hexagrams to complement and extend the meaning of the card. The author associates the Five of Cups with the hexagram number 28. The translations he had access to titled the 28th hexagram as Preponderance of the Great and Critical Mass. The recently released translation by Benabel Wen titles it Undertake the Great. The author concluded the 28th hexagram meant that there is a potential for greatness with a weakened foundation. So just as there is a potential for greatness, there is a potential it can collapse. The translation by Benabel Wen conveys that when on a tipping point of change, we need to be careful to ensure that change will go in our favor. Even if things look like they're going great, any change leaves one vulnerable to failure. Keep a watchful eye out. Don't go for the quick and easy route. Don't just follow any guidance blindly. We need to think everything through ourselves and make sure we truly believe in the path forward. Brady Tarot is a study of culture of various animals from North America. Studying the culture of animals helps us to zero in on universal lessons that apply to lives led by any species, not just humanity. The Three of Horns in the Brady deck is titled Celebration and showcases the power of community. All of the snow geese pictured are able to enjoy their lives because of the power of their community providing a safety net and a web of support. We too are able to enjoy our lives because of the society we live in. Here, together, we are learning about the advanced concepts of tarot because our society helps us to have easy access to a safe place to rest and food in our bellies. If we didn't have our society to help lift us up, we'd be spending all of our time managing safety, shelter, and food. Society, our web of connections with each other, is what gives us time to explore advanced concepts of life and existence. There are those who have a closer bond than just merely a connection. Their lives intertwine within each other like streams of water flowing together as one. Marriage-like partnerships are about blending separate lives together to flow together mostly as one. Many families and family-like friends function in a similar way, their lives flowing together and moving forward together. Wildwood Tarot is an exploration of when human culture was more fully integrated with nature. Studying aspects of life from so early in the evolution of human culture helps us to zero in on lessons that have proved to be universally applicable through time. The Three of Vessels in the Wildwood deck is titled Joy and focuses on the ability to actually connect with and feel joy. Some people actually have difficulty experiencing joy. Some people are avoidant of joyful feelings because of the inherent fleeting nature of emotions, and they don't want to feel the emptiness once the emotion passes. Others have the ability to feel joy snuffed out by the people closest to them, punishing them for any signs of happiness. Wildwood Tarot advises us to connect with joy whenever the opportunity arises, because it is an empowering and healing energy. This joyful energy can radiate from us and spread positivity to those around us and create a warm and positive ripple through our web of connections. Your joy helps make the lives around you a little bit better. Reconnect with your ability to feel joy if it has been suppressed within you. At every opportunity, allow a little bit more joy to seep in, and gradually, over time, allow joy to fill your being and radiate to those around you. Red Tarot is a book without a deck with a goal to reframe tarot into a decolonial and re-indigenization perspective. To quote the author, Red Tarot offers a visual framework for interpreting the tarot in a manner that perceives, disrupts, and rejects conditioned colonial consciousness. In the Red Tarot, the joy found in the Three of Cups is a resource of renewable energy. Tapping into joy rejuvenates ourselves and grants us more energy to continue forward. Creating joyful spaces helps everyone involved. Everyone's joy helps us to tap into our own, and then we contribute to helping others tap into their joy. Afterwards, all of us can walk away with more energy than when we started. We can celebrate our successes, and we can celebrate our survival. And we can use celebration to rejuvenate us after trudging through oppressive environments in our day-to-day lives. Celebration is a renewal of our energy and a renewal of our vow to say yes to life. To quote the author, we need the Three of Cups to exchange exhaustion for elation. Red Tarot also recognizes that many people have trouble connecting to their joy. Our culture can dismiss joy as hedonistic selfishness. But why? Why is it improper to take time to tap into our positive energies and emotions? If you have trouble tapping into your joy, look into yourself to find the root cause. Does joy feel shameful? Who made it feel shameful? Can you dismantle that shame so you can open up and access your joy? Seems Tarot stands for Southeast Asian Myths and Stories. Each card teaches about a story from one of the Southeast Asian cultures. Here, the Three of Cups card is represented by the Seven Whales waterfall on Langkawi Island in Malaysia. The Three of Cups in the Seems Tarot isn't telling a story about a myth, but instead showing the result of the cultural evolution of the region. The waterfall is in Malaysia, yet shows flora and fauna from Malacca, Singapore, China, and Japan. This blending of the native and foreign coexisting peacefully is symbolizing how the friendship between nations is creating peace and abundance in the region. Our web of connections isn't just between individuals, but also between groups and even nations. Working together can bring prosperity to all. Now let's give a quick summary of what all these decks were trying to teach us. The Three of Cups is encouraging us to shamelessly tap into our joy and celebrate our successes. Time prevents anything from lasting, so we should always take the time to appreciate what we have when we get it. If you have trouble tapping into your joy, it would benefit you to set aside time to explore your inner self and dismantle that which is blocking your access to joy. The Three of Cups is emphasizing the power of friendships and community. Our connections with each other empower us all. Our good friendships should be cherished and nurtured. What are your experiences with joy and celebration? Have you ever had trouble connecting with your joy? What are your experiences with friendship? Share your story and what lessons you have learned. That's all for today's exploration on Tarot Compass. If you enjoyed this adventure, please give a thumbs up and come back for the next leg of our journey through the high seas of life's mysteries.